Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I'd talk through 6 sewing patterns that I love that are size inclusive. So if that interests you, stay tuned. Often when I look at measurements, I fit in the bust, but I don't fit in the waist or the hips as I'm very much a pear shape. And this can be frustrating because short of grading up a pattern, the pattern's then out of my reach. I've taken a lot of time looking for patterns that do fit in my size range, so I thought I would cut some of that time out for you guys and show you the 6 patterns that I love. So without further ado, let's get on with that. If you see me looking over here, it's because I've got my computer here, and that's going to help guide me when I look through the patterns. So the first pattern I'm going to talk to you about is a laundry day tee by Love Notions. It's basically a jersey dress, so it's billed as a t-shirt. It's called the laundry day tee, but it does come down into a longer length, like tunic length, if that's what you want. It's a really simple dress. It's a jersey dress. It has no darts or no zips, no buttons, nothing like that. So it's really beginner friendly. Comes with 3 necklines and 3 hem lengths, and it has sleeves as well, or you can leave the sleeves off. So there's lots of choice. I can't remember the sizes exactly, but I'll put them up on screen now so you can see that. Because it's a dress that flares out from under the bust, the waist and the hip measurement is not important, and I do not come in the size range for the waist and the hips, but only just outside of it. I have made this pattern an absolute ton. When I was working in my office job, it was a back office, so I wasn't front facing with the public, so I would just make lots of these and just wear them to the office. They were so quick to whip up. Literally within an hour I would have one of these, and this, as I mentioned before, they are beginner friendly. Now Love Notions have a group on Facebook, and if you join the Facebook group they do give away this pattern for free. If you don't want to join the group, the pattern is only $5. There is an affiliate link down in my description box, so please consider using that. Next up is the Cashmere Appleton dress. Now this was the first choice for my 12 Patterns Plus in January, and that's just because I absolutely love the dress. It's a wrap dress. It's a fairly straightforward one. It does have quite a few pieces, as is typical with cashmere patterns. However, it is a straightforward sew. I've made the Cashmere Appleton dress about 3 times now. Absolutely love it. I do plan on doing some kind of sew along at some point in the future with this one. Oh, I forgot to say, with the laundry day tee I will be doing a sew along for Sew September for that pattern. So that will be coming up this September, so do look out for that. Getting back to the Appleton dress, I've made 3 of them, absolutely love it. Not as quick as the laundry day tee, I have to say, but it is a fairly straightforward make. Now I will put the sizes it comes up in on the screen. I know this dress comes in multiple cup sizes, which will eliminate your need for a full bust adjustment. I had no issues with the size, and it fit pretty well out of the packet, I have to say, and that's always a plus. So the next one is the Shyona top by AK Patterns, and I'm actually wearing one of them at the moment. So this pattern comes as a dress, but I only ever make it as a top. I've made lots. You would have seen quite a few of them by now, probably 4 or 5 I've made of these, and it is my go-to t-shirt pattern. So comfortable, fits well, haven't had any issues with it. Absolutely love this pattern. I think AK Patterns come in size 4 to 28 if I remember rightly, but I'll put on screen the actual size measurements. I did absolutely no fitting with this one whatsoever. It's a great go-to pattern. There is no more to say about that. So the next one is the Minetta by Seamwork. If you're a long-term viewer, you will know that I have a love-hate relationship with Seamwork. I absolutely love their pattern designs, but I always have problems with the fit, and the Minetta was no different in this way. So I have a number of Minettas. I have about 3 that I've still got, because this was a pattern that I made very early on in my sewing journey. And I haven't got all of them anymore, but I think I've still got 3 that I wear, but I mainly only wear them around the house now. The thing is, and I heard Akram from Akram's Ideas say this when she did her collaboration video with me. If she'd made the garment 5 years ago, she'd have put it on and gone, I made a dress, yee! How great is this? But if she put it on now, she'd go, oh, the fit's wrong here, the fit's wrong here. And it's exactly the same for me. When I made it, I was so happy I made it, but the shoulders were hanging off like this. So if I made it now, I would do a small shoulder adjustment, and I'd also bring in the neckline, because the neckline's very wide on it. But that is all I would do, and I would have a perfectly fitting top. If you would like to see me do that, do leave a comment below and let me know, because a Minetta is on my radar to make more of them, and I do want to address those fit issues before I go forward with that. But it's definitely one of my more favoured patterns. Seamwork released a free e-document where they've got an add-on basically, where they've got different necklines. So you might, I don't know what necklines they are, but they've got a few different ones, which is always handy. Now the pattern does have a cost attached to it, but you can buy it with a credit if you're a Seamwork member, which is always helpful. I'll put an affiliate link down below if you want to go down that route. So one of the very first patterns I made for me in my size, because when I first started sewing, I was sewing a lot for other people. I didn't have the confidence or self-awareness to be sewing for myself at that stage. And so I just kept making clothes in like a normal size, because it was so hard to come across extra sizes within patterns. And I didn't know how to grade up, and I didn't want to face my own measurements. And so I was just making them in normal sizes. But one of the first patterns I came across that did go up to my size was the Rushcutter by In the Folds. So I purchased that pattern immediately and made it up. Now this pattern, I'm just looking at the line drawing on the screen. It's a dress pattern flowing, so it has no darts. You can either wear it loose or you can wear it about to bring in the ease and define your waist. Now the bit that I like the most, it has a yoke at the top here. It just means that if your shoulders are falling off the edge or your neckline's too wide, you can make adjustments here by taking some of the excess there, and it will bring it in. And so that is really fantastic. Now obviously I didn't understand this when I made it, because I made this about 4 years ago maybe now. I'll see if I can uncover a photo, but I'm not sure if I can. It would be good if I can. So I used 2 different fabrics for the main bit and the yoke, but they didn't sew well together. But at the time I was just happy I had a dress, as Akram says. I may visit this again because I made the sleeveless option, not realising that I could mix and match the 2 versions. So it also has a zip down the centre bag. I know a lot of people, especially new people new to sewing, do not like installing zips. But honestly, a zip was one of the first things that I learned to install. That was because I was making those little boxy pouches. And I was making purses, etc. initially before I delved into dressmaking. And so I learned to do stitching of zips straight away. And as a result, I'm now not scared of doing zips. However, buttonholes I put off forever, and to this day I get anxious about doing buttonholes. So my tip there is, if you're new to sewing, do not avoid these things, because you're going to need to do them through your journey. So it's much better that you learn how to do them in the first place, and you can always do them on scraps of paper to get used to what you've got to do. I'll put the sizes on the screen, but I fitted into the pattern when that was the only pattern I could find that I fitted into initially. As I mentioned, it was the first pattern that I made for myself. And in the folds patterns are very, very well drafted. You shouldn't have too many problems with them. So it might well be worth giving that one a go. There will also be minimal fitting issues with that pattern because it is flowing and it doesn't have any darts. And the last pattern I have to share with you is the Sadie jumpsuit. Now, jumpsuits can either be you love them or you hate them if you're a larger lady. However, this jumpsuit has done amazingly well out there, and I think it's in large part because their size range is really good. So they go up to, I think it's a size 30, but I'll put it on screen. You may have seen my video I did a little while ago about the Sadie jumpsuit. Now, I made up the Sadie jumpsuit, and although I wasn't happy with it as a jumpsuit because it just did not suit me, I'm really self-conscious about my lower tummy, and I needed to do some more alterations to the seat of the pattern to make it sit right. And I kind of just gave up before I should have, if I'm totally honest. But I did make a Sadie top, which was so flattering. Do check out my video up there if you want to see more about that. But I absolutely love this pattern, and the drafting is really good as well. So if you haven't tried the Sadie, and you probably have by now, but if you haven't, do check it out. The link will be down below. So question of the day, what is your favourite go-to plus size friendly pattern? Out of all of those, the Shyona is probably my most favourite pattern, and that's just because I've made so many straight out of the packet and they fit like a dream. So if you like this video and want to see more content like it, do like and subscribe down below. Hit the notification bell as well to be notified when my next video goes live. In my next video, I will be discussing the Winslow culottes by Helen's Closet. So if that interests you, stay tuned. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can do. Link is down below in the description. Until next time, happy sewing and bye for now.